Hey there, beautiful people. If you have been here before, thank you so much for returning. It's so great to share space and time with you yet again. And if this is your first time here, a big welcome to you. This is Unconventional Counseling, and I'm Ada Ad Astra. And today we are talking about the Taurus full moon, partial solar eclipse in Scorpio season, with the moon conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Y'all, it has been a time, it is a time. It's also a whole lot to be an empath and a healer, because the things I experience in just several hours, and maybe you can relate, it would take so much time to express and to digest and to decode. The emotions are out here, and maybe you're feeling them. Maybe you're spending time with them. Maybe they're coming for you right now, because there's a whole lot of vulnerability. I got my feelings cards, because sometimes when the emotions are so big and they can feel so amorphous and overwhelming, I pull out my feelings cards, because this reminds me that they are each distinct and they each have different energies. And it makes me feel like there's a whole little classroom of feelings. And I'm like, oh, right, I'm the teacher. I'm in charge. So there is back to the cards, there is a whole lot of vulnerability going on right now in the collective. We are being taken to the depths of who we are, the depths of our woundings, the depths of our pain, the depths of our trauma. Like, we're going back to sensations that we have been feeling non-verbally in terms of a trauma standpoint. So we are being brought to times before we could conceptualize the things that were happening in our midst, that were hurting our souls, that were hurting our feelings, that were impacting our bodies and our sense of autonomy and agency. Things that we don't all the way have memory of on a conscious standpoint. Maybe we can't always pinpoint who the key players are in the traumas that we have or in the experiences that we've had. However, our soul remembers, our hearts know. And during this time, this Scorpio season, we are being dragged to the depths of the shadow in us. And I hope you have a bungee cord, is all I really have to say, because the levels of pain and depth that is possible to excavate at this time is astounding to me. I have prominent Scorpio energy. If you didn't know, I'm also a counselor, and I just am fascinated by our capacities as humans, our capacities to heal, our capacities to endure, our capacities to transcend, to learn, to grow. And I've been just like feeling and experiencing so much in my own life, in my own healing journey, and witnessing it in our collective, and witnessing it with my people, with my friends, with my clients. And I'm just like, y'all, are you ready? You know? You may be feeling a whole lot of irritation, for sure, resentment. There may be a whole lot of inadequacy and grief coming up at this time. So we are finding ways to better understand what each of these experiences are for us, what they have been for us, what narratives we are holding around these energies, what memories we do have, what experiences we do have, what things we are anticipating, expecting will replay in our lives. And it's a reckoning of sorts, because we're being faced with some of the darkest parts of us, some of the most hurt parts of us, because that's what a shadow is. The parts of us that feel like they need to defend, the parts of us that feel like they need to fight, or they need to run away, or they need to play nice to be accepted, tolerated, received, loved. And we're being asked to offer ourselves a level of comfort that we may not have ever received. We're being asked to do such a courageous work at this time. Instead of recapitulating the stories of what we didn't have, instead of self-flagellating with an idea that we are not enough, we are being called to time travel, to our future selves, to our highest selves, to our greatest good, to our most ideal self, to our most healed self, to the self that we imagine we will be when. Take some beautiful notes and listen to their guidance and do it today, or try. This period of time that we are in, today, this week, this month, this season, this winter time, fall, winter time energy, or spring, summer energy, depending on where you are in the world. This next 6 months, this next 8-10 years, we are being asked, we are being encouraged, we are being invited to be the self that we want to be then, today. To the best of our ability, we are being asked to try. We are believed in, we are loved, we are encouraged, we are supported in more ways than we could probably ever know. By guides, ancestors, angels, people who have passed on who love you, people who you've never met, who love you, who know you, who see you, who are cheering you on in everything you do. Like you're 3 years old and you just learned to tie your shoes. They are excited by everything you do. Perpetually, constantly, and you don't have to do nothing to earn it from them. You just exist, you just are. And that is enough. It's more than enough. It is priceless. It is wondrous. It is beautiful. You are a beautiful person. And the sooner you realize, you know like you know your name, you know like you know your skin, you know like you know you, the sooner that future reality that you are dreaming of will exist within you. You are a world builder. That world that you dream of, that you wish could be now, that you get angry about not existing. It exists within you. You are a seed, and you're already planted. Water yourself with kindness. Water yourself with respect. Water yourself with believing your own word. And being intentional with your word over yourself. No one can do to you what you haven't done to you before. Get curious about why you let certain things occur. Because a king and a queen and royalty that knows who the fuck they are, they walk like it, they talk like it, they move like it. They don't forget because they've been trained. They've been reminded constantly. Consider this your training ground. Consider this you in the royal court learning. Consider this you learning how to fight, how to love, how to be. It takes some strong ass people to move through the world with your heart open. You know what this world feels like, and still you persist. Still you choose to be kind. Still you choose to show up. Still you choose to believe the best of everyone. Believe the best of you. Pull your energy in. You are a seed. All that energy you're giving out is for you first. Let's pull some cards. It's a whole lot, to be channeling. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. Whew. Powerful, powerful stuff. Truly powerful stuff. Let's pull some cards. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. All right. The Three of Wands. And the Seven of Cups. So you're dreaming of these new possibilities of this world that exists within you. I'm reminding you that you are the Queen of Pentacles. Part of what makes you so incredible and generous and giving generous is that you're resourceful. You do a lot with a little bit. And when you give a lot of that little bit to you, it multiplies. It multiplies. See, the light workers in the collective, those that are here for the upliftment of humanity, so many of us are being called to take care of us. Because in that future world, we are healed, and we are the healers. Healed, I'll say, to clarify, in terms of how this world already works, through greed and manipulation, all of these things that are always seeking something more outside of self. We are the ones to be in the positions of power, authority, of care work. Hope that makes sense. If not, I'm maybe that's my vision. Maybe that's for me to sit with a little bit more. We'll see. We have the Page of Wands. So I'm reminding you that you're a queen. Maybe you're feeling like a page. Maybe you're feeling like, I don't really know what the vision is, like what just happened with me. I got a little glimpse of something. I said it, and then I snapped right out of it. And I was like, oh, maybe that doesn't make sense. I don't know. Does it? We also have the Two of Wands. So this journey that you're on, this particular part of the journey that you're on is really, really exciting. Really exciting. I'm hoping that you can feel it. I'm hoping that you are getting glimpses of the excitement. You're getting glimpses of the vision. You're getting glimpses of the sensation of anticipation. Because this is the time to dream. We are entering divine feminine season if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. And the fall and winter are the times to dream. They're the times to rest. They're the times to meditate more. They're the times to do the cozy, introverted things in your home with the people that are closest to you. It's a time to wear cozier things and more layers, and usually we eat more heartily at this time of year. There's lots of holidays and possibilities to get together during this 6 months. And this is also the time to go deeper within. This is usually a time that many of us, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, especially in the colder climates that experience snow or shorter days, will experience seasonal affective disorder. Will experience the loss of light as a depression, a disconnection from our vitality, from our sun, source. Because this time is so deeply introspective and so introverted, so withdrawn, so hermity, so retreat oriented. This is the time to dream. We dream when we're asleep in such a vulnerable place. Our heart rate slows, like physiologically we are so vulnerable. Just like when we were children, we sleep. To really deeply sleep is to trust something. To trust that you'll wake up. To trust that all will be there, that was there today. To trust life, to trust your dreams to be the thing that are propelling you forward, to continue going. To trust that your loved ones will be, to trust something, to trust source. There is some sort of trust. To trust that the sleep will be good, deep, restorative, anything. To really let yourself sleep. To feel a sense of ease and restfulness, even though there's all this going on in the world, energetically, emotionally. You feel it. You feel it. You see it. You experience it. To really let yourself sleep is to also allow yourself to dream. Let yourself imagine the possibilities. If there were no limits, if there were no bounds, if nobody said you couldn't, if whoever used to say that you couldn't, poof, doesn't exist in this universe, this timeline that you're dreaming of, what would you do? Who would you be? What would it be? What would you create? What is it? What is it? If you don't know, time to meditate, time to go to sleep, time to find out. This season, your seed, the seed that you are, is getting watered. Ooh. We have the big queen. This is the sun in the Hoodoo Tarot deck. No, not the sun. My bad. That's the Empress, y'all. That's number 3. That's the Empress. My guides snatched me real fast. They were like, "What do? Read the tarot, you know. Listen, pay attention." Thank you. We have the Son of Sticks. We have Dr. Grant. The Hermit card has appeared, what I've been speaking to about this season. And we have the Seven of Knives. We have the Seven of Knives. So part of why you are feeling like a page is because you've recently discovered during this season that we're in, the Scorpio season that we're in, that you have in some way been self-sabotaging in your life, in your relationships, in your allowing yourself to dream, and allowing yourself to fly, to try, whatever is going on. You've either been self-sabotaging or you realize that there have been obstacles and hindrances in people who have impacted your belief in self. They might be both one and the same. It might be both might resonate. You feel like a page because you're realizing how much you've been hurt by yourself or others. Okay, so I'm reminding you that you're the Queen of Pentacles, right? But for the sake of this reading, the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Wands are one and the same. Let me say it this way, because you're allowed to not always feel like you're the queen. You're allowed to feel vulnerable. You're allowed to feel, inadequate. The feelings that were coming out earlier that I was channeling for the collective. You're allowed to feel grief-stricken. You're allowed to feel heartbroken and still show up with your staff. You might have just the one staff. You might have the one thing that you know you can do, that you know you really believe in about you. You invest in that. That investing may be of like watering a plant and speaking to that plant. It might be like the investment of your mindset and thinking about and maybe playing more affirmations for yourself, or meditating a little bit more, or doing mindfulness in some way, moving your body in certain ways a little bit more, resting, allowing yourself more time to rest. Whatever it is, the investment could be any of these things. It doesn't have to be related to money. It doesn't have to be related to anything outside of you. Nothing has to be outside of you. But in that shifting of your understanding and of your mindset, that page is the queen, becomes the queen. They are one and the same. I'm seeing you as the Queen of Pentacles because I can sense the great promise and potential of whatever this one wand that you have in your hands, whatever this one skill is. I can sense it because I'm channeling right now. I'm connected to our guides. I'm really excited for you, viewer. I'm really excited for you. This Hermit season is about to make it feel like your dreams are coming true. Even if everything doesn't manifest right now in your hand in the next 6 months immediately, whatever the things are that you're imagining or you're wanting, even if it's not in your hand, you're gonna feel like it's in your hand. You're gonna be so like, yeah. I talk to the universe and that's what I want and I believe I can have it. So therefore it's gonna come through at some point. I'm gonna just keep doing these things that I'm doing and trust that it's all connected. Just like you sitting in a space of wisdom about multiple belief systems that you have, them just kind of tying really nicely together. And you're moving with such a different flow, but it's a flow that's more balanced. It's a flow that's more aligned for who you individually and authentically are. So I will leave our reading here. I hope that you got something really good out of this. I have a sense that you did. If you did and you want to like or comment in the description box, whatever the fuck. If you wanna show me in some way that you liked what I've done here, please do. If not, that's all good. All right, so I'll catch you in the future. Bye.